Now on Coast TV News.
Flooding fix delayed.
They wouldn't give me a reason.
The biggest problem in Dewey Beach continues.
Milton traffic.
Route 24 is already a nightmare.
DelDOT thinks a bypass might be the answer.
Brace for a few scattered showers sliding our way by Tuesday. I'll give you the timing coming up.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Flooding in Dewey Beach facing another hurdle. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight, $1 million to stop flooding on a street in Dewey Beach, but it's being withheld.
This is what the town is trying to prevent. Reed Avenue flooded with sitting water that stretched from the bay almost all the way to Route 1. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Dewey Beach. Brandon, Dewey's town manager says he wasn't giving a reason why that funding was withheld.
Maddie, Reed Avenue is notorious for bayside flooding. That's exactly why Dewey Beach planned a flood mitigation project here to build a water pump to pump some of that sitting water off of the street when it does flood. That was previously approved, but now we do not know if it will happen.
A $1 million grant was approved in 2024 by the state of Delaware to build a pump station to prevent flooding like this.
Couldn't even get down the street at all, with some of the severe flooding.
But now Dewey's town manager Bill Zolper says the Army Corps of Engineers' $1 million for the pump station is being withheld, essentially pausing the project.
No, they wouldn't give me a reason. I asked them, I said, can you give me something in writing? I have citizens and my commissioners I have to respond to, and they go, we can't give you anything in writing. I said, can you come to our meeting by Zoom, our past commissioners meeting on the 19th? And they go, no, we can't come to your commissioners meeting.
Zolper says the Army Corps of Engineers were in the design process for the pump when he was told about the funding being withheld. The town has even put up slow, no wake signs on the street to prevent people from speeding through sitting water. Dylan Spence has lived off and on in Dewey Beach his whole life. Spence says flooding is the town's biggest problem, and people like him deserve to know the reason for the pause.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to know why. It'd definitely be nice to know the reason behind it.
For now, when rain comes down on Reed Avenue, water will sit as money for a new pump station seems to be caught in the waves.
We did reach out to the Army Corps of Engineers about this today, and we did not hear back. Live in Dewey Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
And thank you. Flooding is not just an issue in Dewey Beach. Let's show you some footage from Oak Orchard earlier this year. Now, Bill Zolper, Dewey's town manager, says Oak Orchard's money for similar flooding mitigation projects has also been paused, just like Dewey's.
This is Route 24, one of the 3 roads DelDOT is considering making wider. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Milton. Emma, for Route 16, DelDOT thinks a bypass may be best.
Charlie, people who live here have long complained about traffic in the area, especially heading out towards the beaches, including here on Route 16 in Milton. Even though it's the off season, there's a steady flow of cars in this area. So now DelDOT is debating several improvement projects here on Route 16 and over at Route 9 and Route 24. Some of the options DelDOT presented include widening Route 24, adding a bypass around Milton's Main Street on Route 16, and either widening Route 9 between Lewis and Georgetown or building a new connector road there to divert traffic. Some drivers we spoke with say these changes are much needed.
They have to widen these roads or overpass some locations. They're putting circles in, but the circles aren't doing their job.
To be clear, DelDOT says all improvement plans are just preliminary right now, and that public feedback will help shape which solutions actually move forward. Reporting live here in Milton, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Milford as our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams has been tracking our forecast.
Well, right now we're just recovering from the very significant chill we had this morning, but we're still a little bit lower than we were just yesterday. But there's a warming trend that's going to kick off, but it's going to come with a chance of scattered showers, particularly Tuesday morning by mid-morning. We're in Milford right now. We're just one degree above freezing right now, holding at 33 degrees. But we're going to fall below freezing with increasing cloud cover for 8 o'clock. Now, we're going to have more cloud cover rolling in throughout the rest of the night, so we're not going to see the temperatures dip too tremendously because the cloud cover is going to prevent that from happening, keeping our radiational heating closer to the surface of the earth. We're at 32 degrees in Milton, 32 also in Millsboro and in Dagsboro. Coming up next, we'll talk about that rain, the timing thereof, and if it's going to be a big deal now or later.
Now it's time to check in on our Coast TV poll. We want to know, hey, how's your holiday shopping going? Not a lot of days left.
Not a lot of days left, and the weather not necessarily the best, but let's see. We have 56% say they're all done. 27%, that's gone up since 5 o'clock, say they're not doing it. Bah humbug, the bah humbug's
That's important. You got to get the bah humbug in there.
14% say almost done. 3% say they just started. So this has changed since 5 o'clock.
It's going to be a busy day or two for that 3% that just started but is participating. So.
And we'd love to hear from everybody else how your holiday shopping is going. Give us a vote or a comment right now, and we'll show you updates tonight at 11. Vacant seats in the Delaware General Assembly could be filled differently under a new proposal. House Bill 183 was introduced to add primary elections to special elections, giving voters a say in who appears on the ballot, because currently, right now, party committees choose candidates internally. Supporters say a primary would boost transparency. Critics warn, though, it could add costs and delays and potentially leave districts without representation for longer.
I think it's just really important for transparency and for democracy to occur. I really do. I think that's what it speaks to. General folks looking to add an election want to understand the transparency of the process and the ability for them to choose.
I'm concerned about the cost. I'm also concerned about the delay, and that if it is a special election type of situation occurring in the middle of a session, that you could have a district that essentially has no representation for over 2 months.
Under the proposal, the state election commissioner would set a special primary and general election within 5 days of a vacancy. Interesting to note, the co-sponsor of the bill is District 20's Alana Berry, who won her seat in a special election after Stell Parker Selby resigned.
A state-of-the-art program. It's saving lives in Sussex County. It's a program that allows first responders to give patients whole blood on the way to the hospital. It went statewide in Delaware this year. Well, that program is the reason that Chris Evans is alive today. Back in August, he was hit by a car while riding his bike. First responders were pumping whole blood into Chris within 11 minutes of the initial 911 call. And it's a big reason he will be with his family for Christmas this year.
If one part didn't happen, if it wasn't whole blood on the rig, I wasn't going to get it. If the person didn't decide, the supervisor wasn't there, they didn't survey the situation and say, send the whole blood, this guy needs it, for whatever reason, I wouldn't be here.
Pick up the expiring unit of blood.
Donations to the Delmarva Blood Bank, which supplies the whole blood to paramedic agencies, is a huge reason this program works.
In sports, the Ravens have won back-to-back AFC North titles, but as DSN's Tyler Aiken shows us, their path to a three-peat just got more difficult.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The Ravens led the Patriots 24-13 with 10 minutes to play last night, but Baltimore blew that lead and lost 28-24. The most important ramification? The Ravens no longer control their own playoff destiny. They need to win and they need the Steelers to lose, but Baltimore head coach John Harbaugh says that shouldn't impact how his team plays.
I expect our team to keep fighting, try to win 2 games. You know, that's what I expect our team to do. I know they will. I know we'll come out fighting because that's what we've done all year. You know, we've been in tough circumstances all year. It's been a grind, for sure.
That grind continues this Saturday night at 8 when the Ravens visit Lambeau Field to take on the Packers, another team on the playoff bubble. Then to close out the regular season, Baltimore heads to Pittsburgh. It's a revenge game for the Ravens, who fell to the Steelers earlier this month. To win the division and to make the playoffs, Baltimore needs to win both of those games, plus have Cleveland to knock off Pittsburgh this weekend. If you take any stock in it, NFL's next-gen stats give that scenario an 11% chance of happening. Ravens fans, good luck, and that'll do it for sports.
We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
The Sober Rides program back for New Year's Eve. How much money you can get for a safe ride home.
I'm tracking some rain moving across the Midwest, and it's going to be sliding some scattered showers in our direction.
But first, helping shelter animals like these while supporting charities over the holidays is extra important. When we're back in just 60 seconds.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Ellendale has strong roots in the railroad. It was founded in the early 19th century near the current Old State Road and Main Street intersection. In 1866, families moved east to settle near the Junction and Breakwater Railroad Depot. Ellendale has been home to many industries, such as a brickyard, canning companies, a basket and button factory, and it even grew more when a new rail line was built to connect Baltimore and the Delaware coast. Today, Ellendale is small in size but big in heart, with a rich history and tight hometown feel in the center of Sussex County.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Christmas is just 3 days away, and while you're searching for the perfect gift, another gift you can give is helping those in need.
Of course, helping those in need, always a great time this year. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber spoke with the Brandywine Valley SPCA and the Food Bank of Delaware about how people can support those charities.
This holiday season, as you prepare to give gifts to friends and family, don't forget about those in need. Supporting local charities is a gift that truly keeps on giving. And as you shop for your holiday meals, keep in mind the many families who can't afford to put food on the table. The Food Bank of Delaware says that beyond donations, it relies on volunteers to help carry out its mission and serve the community.
And I will say that the every single donation, whether it's food or money, is invaluable to us. Every cash donation, for every dollar, we get 3 meals out of that.
The food bank encourages people to organize food drives because it's fulfilling to see people come together. In giving back this season, it goes beyond helping people. It also extends to animals in need. The Brandywine Valley SPCA says volunteers are critical to the organization's life-saving mission, providing care and comfort to animals in need. Caring for shelter animals is a 24/7 job, and the BVSPCA says every bit of attention makes a difference.
The nature of animal welfare is that there will always be something that needs to be done, and there will always be someone who can think of another thing that we could be doing. It will never hurt to have a 4th or 5th walk for a dog.
From feeding families to caring for animals, the spirit of giving makes a lasting impact this holiday season. For Coast TV News, I'm Elisa Weber.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast after this.
We had a serious chill this morning, and we're looking for at least some scattered showers for Tuesday before we warm up before Christmas. Won't feel like Christmas, but hey, it's Christmas nonetheless, right? In Rehoboth, we are 1 degree above freezing with the winds relatively calm. Now, we'll fall to freezing as early as 8 o'clock, but then a few more clouds will begin to roll into our neck of the woods. Not just freezing here, but we're at freezing 32 in Milton, Longneck, Millsboro, Gumboro, Bridgeville, as well as Del Mar and Salisbury. So we're 5 to 10 to even 13 degrees cooler now than we were 24 hours ago. So the chill was real for this morning. And the winds are still acting up in certain areas. For example, small craft advisory active for Rehoboth Beach, Ocean View, Fenwick Island along Highway 1. Now on the other side of the peninsula, it's also a little breezy as well. Places like Castle Haven, Cambridge, Thomas, as well as Madison. But in the upper atmosphere, we are clear and we are quiet for now. But we're tracking some rain that's already coming across Stevensburg, Winchester, those areas. High pressure is leaving the premises, and then we'll have that rain begin to make its move towards us. Doesn't look like a lot, but enough to, quite frankly, get on your nerves. The winds are relatively light for now, but as we go into Tuesday around lunchtime, they'll be pushing out to the southwest, and that'll also help to create some momentum for the scattered showers. Wednesday, the winds change direction out of the northwest again. Typically, we go, uh-oh, here we go with the cold stuff again. But this time around, for Wednesday, won't have quite enough to change how it's going to feel dramatically. Now, we will have the wind chill factor staying in the 30s and we're manageable for us. So Tuesday, we get a touch of rain early in the morning, 5:30 in Georgetown. Then by mid-morning, that's when everybody gets in on the action with widespread scattered showers. But notice how quickly it leaves, 10 o'clock, right? Then By 1 o'clock, we're cloudy, we're drizzly, we're raw looking and feeling, but the rain's out of here. So that's how that plays out. And temperatures will be in the 50s. Wednesday morning, we start off in the 30s, and Wednesday afternoon will be a little bit cooler, but not dramatically cooler. So Tuesday's the day where we have the winds out of the south, and temperatures will be in the 50s. So it's going to be relatively mild, but cloudy and ugly looking, but feeling relatively mild. 50 for the high in Georgetown and in Cambridge, and we'll have the winds out of the south with a temperature of 50 for the high, Snow Hill. Our chances of rain for Tuesday, looking relatively light, but it's Friday when the rain really will try to kick in, because you see how Friday at 6:30 in the evening and then late Friday night going to Saturday, that's when that rain really kicks in. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast.
The Delaware Office of Highway Safety is bringing back the Sober Rides program for New Year's Eve. The Don't Drop the Ball campaign means that you can get a $20 voucher for Lyft and Uber. The vouchers are redeemable from 5 p.m. on New Year's Eve to 3 a.m. on New Year's Day. Delawareans can visit mysoberrides.com to get those vouchers.
It's Christmas time, which means the Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. You can see our tree here is getting full, but there's still room for more, from cards and donations that go to make sure every child has a present to open Christmas morning. I have a card from one of those donors. It says, "Believe in the Miracle." And this card is from Linda Edler in Lewis, Delaware, who says, "I pray this gift will put a smile on a child's face and give them blessings all year through." Thank you so much, Linda, for your card and your donation. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help, send a donation in a holiday card, and we may just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address on your screen, or donate online at blessourchildren.org. Already raised $327,000 over that to help everyone. So thank you, everyone who donated.
And we are deep into the holiday season here, and so is the return of our holiday house.
Charlie and I love this. We get to see your decorations and show them off. Let's take a look here on your screen now. We can see Ann and Ray Gazinski's tree. We just saw the outside of their yard. Now we get to see the inside. Look at that beautiful coastal tree.
Great looking tree, great job decorating it, all the right things this time of year. And we do want to see how you're decking the halls all season long at your home. Send us your photos, your videos by going to coasttv.com/holidayhouse. And just like that one, we might even show it on TV. Coast TV News at 6 will be right back.
Ocean City right now, we're at 38 degrees actually, and we're going to stay a little bit on the cool side as we drop down to freezing by 8 o'clock with increasing cloud cover, bracing for a chance of rain to develop. Now we do have somewhat breezy conditions for us, so we have small craft advisories active along the shore. 25-mile-per-hour winds, but not oppressively cold. Hey, Ann Bento, you're our umbrella winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, sponsored by the law offices of Broadstep, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
Remember, for more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.